Here's the thing nobody wants to admit at graduation ceremonies. That piece of paper you just spent 4 years and $80,000 earning might be worth less than the Instagram account you built while procrastinating. Wild, right? Imagine you're 18 years old, standing at a crossroads with your entire future hanging in the balance. On one side, there's the traditional path everyone's been preaching since you were in diapers, college, debt, diploma, dreams. On the other side, there's a world of alternatives that didn't even exist when your parents were making their choices. So here's the question that's keeping guidance counselors up at night. Why would you voluntarily sign up for 4 years of ramen noodles and student loans when your neighbor's kid is pulling in 6 figures as a plumber? Better yet, why are we still pretending there's only one road to success? Let's pull back the curtain on what's really happening here. Universities have spent decades building this beautiful narrative about how college is the great equalizer, the golden ticket, the only path to prosperity. Meanwhile, the average student graduates with about $30,000 in debt, a degree in something their parents approved of, and absolutely no idea how to file their taxes. But wait, there's more, and this is where it gets interesting. While you're sitting in lecture halls, learning theories from textbooks written in 2012, someone else is learning high-voltage electrical work and getting paid for it. They're not just avoiding debt, they're actually building wealth while you're still figuring out how to afford coffee. The trade school kid finishes their program in 18 months, walks out with certifications that employers are literally begging for, and starts earning real money before you've even declared your major. It's almost like someone forgot to tell them that suffering through Intro to Philosophy was supposed to be mandatory. Now imagine you're the entrepreneurial type, the one who always had a side hustle selling candy in middle school. You could take that $80,000 in tuition money and invest it into a business instead. Rent a space, buy inventory, hire help, make mistakes while the stakes are still relatively low. Here's what the university brochures don't mention. Every semester you spend analyzing Shakespeare is a semester you're not analyzing market trends, customer behavior, or profit margins. Real-world education doesn't come with a syllabus, but it also doesn't come with crippling debt. Then there's real estate, the game that's minting millionaires while college kids are still trying to figure out what a mortgage is. You know what's funny? You could use that tuition money as a down payment on a rental property and learn more about finance in 6 months than most business majors learn in 4 years. And we haven't even touched on the digital gold rush that's happening right under everyone's noses. Social media managers, content creators, digital marketers, these people are building empires from their bedrooms while professors are still debating whether TikTok is a legitimate platform or just a distraction. The self-taught programmer who spent 2 years grinding through online courses and building a portfolio just landed a job at a tech company making $90,000 a year. Their college-educated counterpart still updating their resume and wondering why that computer science degree isn't opening as many doors as promised. Cue the counter-argument from every parent and guidance counselor in America. But what about job security? What about credibility? What about having something to fall back on? Fair questions, except the world changed and nobody updated the FAQ. Here's the uncomfortable truth that makes admissions offices squirm. Employers are increasingly caring more about what you can do than where you learn to do it. That fancy university name on your resume matters less when you've got a portfolio of actual achievements sitting right next to it. But let's be honest about the other side too, because this isn't a simple good versus evil story. Some careers still absolutely require that degree. Try becoming a doctor or a lawyer without one. The system hasn't completely crumbled. It's just stopped being the only system. The university industrial complex, however, hasn't quite caught on to this memo. They're still churning out graduates with the same promises they made in 1995, just with an updated Instagram filter. Come get your degree, change your life, ignore the fact that we've raised tuition by 200% while inflation only went up 70%. What's really happening behind those ivy-covered walls? Administrators are playing a different game than students realize. They're running a business that profits from your dreams, your fear of missing out, and your parents' outdated beliefs about success. Meanwhile, the alternatives keep evolving and multiplying faster than universities can adjust their curriculum. By the time they add a course on cryptocurrency or AI, the landscape has already shifted 3 times. The self-taught crowd is already 2 steps ahead, learning in real time instead of waiting for academic approval. And here's where the irony gets delicious. Universities are now offering courses on entrepreneurship, teaching you how to start a business in a classroom while charging you thousands of dollars for the privilege. You could literally just start the business and skip the middleman. The social media moguls, the dropshipping entrepreneurs, the freelance designers pulling multiple six figures, they're all living proof that the old formula is broken. Not wrong, just broken. There's a difference. But society hasn't quite figured out how to recalibrate yet. We're stuck in this weird limbo where everyone knows the system is outdated, but we're all still playing along because nobody wants to be the first to fully opt out. It's like watching everyone slowly back away from a party, but nobody wants to be rude enough to actually leave. Parents are especially caught in this trap, pushing their kids toward college because that's what worked for them, ignoring the fact that the world their kids are inheriting looks nothing like the one they graduated into. The degree that guaranteed them a middle-class life might guarantee their kid nothing but debt and disappointment. Here's what nobody talks about at college fairs: opportunity cost. Every year you spend in school is a year you're not building your network, testing business ideas, or gaining real experience in your field. Time is the one resource you can't get back, and you're spending 4 years of it in exchange for a credential that might not even matter. Yet the machine keeps running, keeps promising, keeps collecting tuition checks, while alternatives are quietly creating more millionaires under 30 than traditional education ever did. The student loan crisis isn't just a financial disaster. It's proof that we've been selling the wrong dream to an entire generation. Fast forward to today, and you've got university presidents on TV defending why their institution charges $60,000 a year while YouTube offers the same information for free. Their answer? Networking and credentials. Translation: we're selling you access to a club, not just knowledge. The cycle perpetuates because everyone who already bought in has a vested interest in defending the purchase. Nobody wants to admit they might have made a $300,000 mistake. So instead, they double down and push the next generation toward the same path. The twist? Both sides can be right. College can be worth it for some people, in some fields, at some schools. But treating it as the default, the only respectable option, the mandatory stepping stone, that's where the scam really lives. So where does that leave you? Standing at that crossroads we imagined at the start? Probably more confused than when we began, but at least now you know what questions to ask. The bachelor's degree isn't dead. It's just no longer the king. And in a world with 1,000 paths to success, maybe that's exactly how it should be.